Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Yeah, I was just thinking we probably should rename this podcast to Story Time with Shoop. We're like,
Yeah.
seriously,
Yeah. Yeah.
we've
Gotta have a
got
name.
this gentleman is the author of a wonderful children's book called Jack Sprout, and he has shared it with us in previous podcasts. It's a great book that looks at life, lessons in life, animals, the ecology, the environment, and so much more in Jack Sprout. And that book published and available if you want to search it out on Amazon. Just a great book. Great book for educators as well, librarians, and of course, children, grandparents. What a gift, too. He's been sharing with us, call it the next version, the next incarnation of the story for Jack Sprout. And he is Jack Shoop. He's back with us. How you doing today, Jack?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Glad to be back.
Good to have you back here. Now, in this second book, the first one centered around Beaver Creek Meadow. This book is taking these characters all over the place, from the ocean to, I believe, the desert, if I remember correctly. And where are we going today?
Yeah, well, Jack Sprout and Captain Barry left Beaver Creek Meadow and went out and to find a new adventure, and they found the center of the universe. What do you know? And they learned a lot from the center of the universe, and now they've come back to Beaver Creek Meadow, and they're going to tell all the residents what they found and how to make life better, more fun, and to help nature. So they just got back, and they just landed on Oliver Otter's beach shoreline. So they just got back, and now they're going to tell them what they found.
And I want everybody to know before we pick up here, in that this book, the second, not officially published yet, and what we're getting is, call it the raw version. This hasn't even been edited, so I think it's kind of cool hearing what that sounds like. But it's so good that I wouldn't even know if you told me, yes, this was edited by 5 people with extensive experience. I wouldn't even know because the story is so good. So yeah, enlighten us.
Okay, here we go. So now Captain Barry and Jack Sprout just came back to Oliver Otter's beach. So Oliver's going, "Welcome home, adventurers," shouted Oliver from the deck of the cruiser. "Glad to see you. Ollie told me a little bit about your journey, but let's make a fire and tell me the whole story." "What's everyone been saying since we've been gone?" I asked. "Remember, most of them thought your adventure was a bad idea anyway," began Oliver. "You know what could you possibly find?" Grandma Elderberry was sure you two would be safe, but still worried. P. Jaggers, Pierre LeTrue, and Rooster Russell each wished they could have gone with you. Sawdust Miller and Harry knew you'd be captured by bad guys. Rapid Fire is worn out from working your farm. He said he'd never let anyone steal lettuce from you again. Now he knows how hard you work. They all know you're home now and can't wait to hear your stories, just like me. So let's hear it. "You tell him, Captain Barry," I said. "You two work together and Oliver will believe you." "Okay, Oliver, here it is, plain and simple," started Captain Barry. "We headed west from your shoreline jetty and started cruising. We followed the sea currents, the compass, and the trade winds west. Our compass mysteriously spun out of control, so we just drifted for a while. The next thing we knew, we had come upon the shore of the center of the universe." "Oh, sure you did. Nobody's going to believe that," said Oliver. "I trust you, and I don't even know if I believe you. I didn't even know there was a center of the universe." "Well, there is," said Captain Barry. "We have things to tell Beaver Creek Meadow on how to be better neighbors to nature." "We're great to nature," stated Oliver. "We treat nature with respect and keep our mountain meadow home clean, clear, and growing." "What are you talking about?" "We know, and you're right, but we have some ideas to make it even better. That's what the center is all about, finding ways to help nature. We looked into the center of the planet, which is on fire, saw a whale 4 times longer than our cruiser, and a desert covered with bright, colorful flowers. Oh, yeah, and we heard a bamboo grass play a concert," we both said at the same time. Okay, now you've lost me. Have you guys been put under a spell? Do you have headaches? Do you even hear what you're saying? Did you bring back something to prove that you were even there? Asked Oliver. You can't take anything away from the center because that'll bring bad karma, said Captain Barry. Well, we don't want any bad karma, but good luck on making our nice neighbors believe that you found the center of the universe, said Oliver. We'll tell you some things we need you to do here at the shoreline, Oliver, I said. Then maybe you can start to believe us. Go ahead, said Oliver. Well, we know you take care of the shoreline creatures and warn them when a huge set of waves are rolling in. You also warn them when nasty muddy water is flowing down Big River. We want you to come up with a warning system that will let all the neighbors from miles around be warned also. We also need you to report on the health of the coral on your reef. If they're having trouble, the whole shoreline is in trouble. We found out that everything flows down from the mountains and the meadows. It either comes down in a stream or filters through the soil. Sometimes poison gases, algae, or minerals get in the streams. All these poisons flow down into the water's edge and onto the coral. That makes them sick. We'll put filters in the streams and create drain ponds to let the poisons dry out and evaporate. We have to keep our coral healthy and spreading to protect our reefs and shoreline. When we protect the coral protects us. I love how nature works, don't you? We really need a warning system for rip currents. I rode one at the center, was never so scared in all my life. I don't wish that on anyone, I said. You rode a rip current? Asked Oliver. Those rides usually don't end well. It's usually a never to be heard from again type of story. Ah, I was tied to a vine rope. It was just a lesson, I said. Oh, of course you were. You were at the center of the universe after all, laughed Oliver. You're also going to have to make sand dunes on shore, said Captain Barry. They'll protect inland and areas and marshes from stowaways. Who told you guys all this stuff? Asked Oliver. Our nature guide is a great blue heron named Lark. Well, I like blue herons, said Oliver. I just worked with a small blue heron, Mona, at the Long Neck Shoreman office while you two were gone. I trust those birds. Go ahead. A lot of us would like help in finding the North Star here at your jetty when we go cruises, said Captain Barry. Maybe a good telescope, compass, and other sight marking tricks could be put up around here. We know you otters have fun, but the rest of Beaver Creek Meadow is not having enough fun in nature. We all work a lot and now it's time to enjoy ourselves. So how about you and your shore patrol team putting on body surf contests? Maybe get some seals and dolphins to help. We all need to get to know each other better, and this was a good way to do it. That's all, joked Oliver. You sure you didn't forget anything? Maybe I could turn the sea into a heated spa. That could happen, we said. There may be geothermal hot springs under Harry's Mountain. We'll let you know. Oh, just one more thing, I said. You and Pierre Latour will be putting together a way to find harvest power from the sea waves. Okay, you guys. Enough with this crazy stuff. Either you've lost your minds or it's a bad, not funny joke, said Oliver. This is all very weird. Maybe you should go back to the center of the universe and tell Lark it's not going over well. I have enough jobs to do. What you just told me will take a whole flock and a couple of herds to accomplish. We otters are hard workers already. Just because we have fun when we work doesn't mean we need more work. I don't have time to power up the sea. I'm sorry. I have to go lie down. I have a headache. Maybe we hit Oliver with too much information all at once. We're just so pumped up to tell our center of the universe story that we went too far, too fast. We'll have to remember that when we have our meeting at the dock. Oliver went to his den, probably for the night. Poor guy. Hope he doesn't have bad dreams. We went to our lean-to and came up with a plan to better share what we've learned on our adventure. We decided to let Oliver start the dock meeting and give his side of the story. Then we'll give an overall picture of how to help nature better. We want to be sure to tell everyone that the center thinks Beaver Creek Meadow is one of the shining examples of nature already. We'll go visit each other one at a time and explain things better. We'll let them know what we're all going to help each other. After all, that's the Beaver Creek Meadow way. Maybe we'll need some of the neighbors to come to our places too. Captain Barry and I need to get back to our dock and our farm. During the next couple of days, a few neighbors came down to Oliver Jetty to talk. Pete Jaggers came down, and I'm glad he did. He had experience on the open seas and might even have been to the center. Hi, matey, I said. Glad you could come see us. Guess where we've been? Everyone knows where you've been, said Pete Jaggers. You know, Kenneth, that pigeon can gossip with the best. The fact is, very few believe you two have been to the center of the universe. I have to admit, I didn't even think of that one. I thought my pirate ship story was a good one, but yours is a whopper. You're going to have a big crowd at the dock. Even Early Worm will be there for a little while. You'd better have some good stories. I saw Oliver Otter on my way in. He didn't even say hi, like he usually does. What'd you do? What did you two do to him? We overloaded him with too much stuff to do, and he didn't like it. He's in recovery at the moment. He'll rally, though. We're going to have him open up the meeting at the dock, break in the crowd. Maybe you can help, I said. I imagine you've been to the center during all your time spent on the open seas. You know, I have heard of it, but remember, I was on a pirate ship, and we weren't allowed ashore. Probably the best for all involved. Our compass started working anyway, and our captain got spooked. What do you mean, overloaded him? Asked Pete Jagger. He has a lot of maintenance to do here at the shoreline. We'll help him, but we gave him at least 6 projects. You know, otters. Fun is first. We won't stop any fun, though. In fact, we're going to add some fun down here. Do you know how to body surf? No, the yellow spike-tailed parrot said. It's a good thing I'm managing the desert. We don't have any issues out there. Everything is okie dokie. You're doing a smash up job for sure, but we have plans for you too to help nature. Oh, yeah? Said Pete Jaggers. Like what kind of plans? Well, for one thing, we need a warning system for flash floods out there. Maybe we could make a place for floodwater to go. Also, every spring, we'd like for you to turn the whole desert into a colorful display of beautiful flowers for 2 weeks, I suggested. Yeah, well, we call it the desert because flowers don't grow there. You two are crazy. Now I know what happened to Oliver. I'm catching the next sea breeze out of here. Have a nice day. See ya, said P. Jaggers. Looks like we did it again. Too much information. How are we ever going to convince Beaver Creek Meadow to listen to us? It's our job to spread the word we've received from the center of the universe. We didn't know it'd be this difficult. We talked about it, and Captain Barry had the idea to send for Redtail McAllister. He was a friend of his and had worked with him several times. As you know, Redtail is a red-tailed hawk that rides the wind currents above our meadow all day, every day. He warns us of any danger and knows everything about everything, or so he thinks. We helped Oliver build a roaring bonfire on his beach. Redtail would surely see the flames and come down to see what was going on. It worked. Redtail was there in no time flat. What are you guys doing? Trying to make me cough? Said the Redtail hawk. No, we need to talk to you, said Captain Barry. Captain Barry told Redtail all about our trip, what we had learned, and what we needed to tell our neighbors in Beaver Creek Meadow. I've heard of such a place, said Redtail. I need to go there and find out if you two were really there. I'll ask Dr. Ann Wheatfield to go to the center with me. Everyone trusts her and will believe whatever she has to say. I've never been there, but if you show me the way, I'll escort her there and back safely. Oh, great, we shouted. We didn't know what else to do. They said for us to send a cormorant out to the center to see if we could send someone to do just as you suggested. When they get back, we'll send word to you, Redtail. We're told that a high altitude jet stream will take you straight there. You'll have to catch it on the side of Harry's Mountain. There's a thermal airstream there that'll take you up to catch it. You want to get off land on the south side of the center. There will be a great blue heron there named Lark patrolling the shoreline. He was our tour guide and will fill you in on what we've learned and confirm our story. He might even learn something from Dr. Ann, too. A morning sea breeze will bring you two back. I hear it's not as bumpy as the ride. Come back to Oliver's Beach. We'll talk to you and Dr. Wheatfield and plan our meeting on Captain Barry's dock. Thank you, Redtail. You'd better start planning your trip. The meeting is in 4 days. We found a cormorant resting in the shallow seagrass by the shoreline. We told him our plan, and he agreed to go to the center. He had been there many times. He knew the route well and was back in 24 hours. Good news, he reported. Lark said to come ahead. I sent a message from Oliver's Beach to Redtail that it was time to go. He flew in the next day. Okay, said Redtail, either you two are crazy dreamers or are great adventurers. I'm going to find out which. Redtail flew straight to Professor Dr. Ann Wheatfield's elm tree in the West Woods and told her about the plan to go to the center of the universe. That sounds lovely, said the delighted Dr. Ann. I'm always wanting to expand my knowledge to be able to teach about life's treasures. Where is it? How do we get there? And when do we go? Dr. Ann was excited. She told Grandma Elderberry and asked if she'd watch her home while she was gone. Grandma Elderberry said she would and only wished she could go. She hadn't wanted to go with me on my adventures, but had wished me a good fortune. She believed in me, but she knew that daydreamers don't always know where they're going. Redtail was an expert in riding thermals and wind currents. It's what he did. He made a plan for himself and Dr. Ann to fly up to see High Mountain Harry. Harry would tell them where to find a good, steady thermal to ride. They'd ride the thermal up until they caught the jet stream going west. They'd ride the jet stream until they saw the center of the universe. Then they'd drop down and go see the tour guide, Lark, on the south shore. Easy. Of course, Harry still thought the whole adventure thing was a crazy idea. Beaver Creek Meadow was just fine. He took them to the north side of his cave and showed them the best and most stable thermal to take. He had small packages delivered to him often on this particular thermal. Redtail and Dr. Ann said thanks and off they went. Dr. Ann was brave, but the thermal was very powerful, and she wasn't used to being roughed up. She stayed close to the big hawk, and Redtail made sure to keep her under his wing. They rose up quickly and were swept away by a rushing westbound jet stream. Hold on to me tight, shouted Redtail. Oh, don't you worry about that, the professor yelled back. It was a fast and rough ride. They were the only ones on the stream, so nobody to knock into. All they could see below was the planet going by very quickly. They were over the sea but couldn't tell where they were. They trusted the jet stream to take them to the center of the universe. They were headed towards the sun, so they kept their heads down. After half a day of high-level, fast-paced cruising, they began to see some birds flying below them. That meant there must be land nearby. When a large piece of land appeared, Redtail thought that must be the center of the universe. He steered them out of the jet stream, and they glided safely down to the shoreline below. They hoped it was on the south side, and Lark would be around somewhere. They were totally worn out from the stressful feather-pulling trip and fell back on the beach to rest. They'd find the tour guide, or he'd find them in good time. After about 2 or 3 hours of sound sleep, they woke up to find a great blue heron standing a few feet away. Well, look who just fell out of the sky, said the great blue heron. You must have come in on a jet stream. Which direction did you come from? Hello, said Redtail. Are you Lark? That's me. How did you know my name? Asked the great blue heron. We just took the jet stream in from Beaver Creek Meadow. My name is Redtail McAllister, and this is Professor Dr. Ann Wheatfield. Jack Sprout and Captain Barry sent us. Oh, yeah. Those two adventurers, said Lark. I showed them around the center. How could I forget those two? I scared the life out of Jack Sprout with a rip current ride, and Captain Barry scared the life out of me with his ghost story. You two want a tour? No thanks, said Dr. Ann. I'd like to talk to you for a while about nutrition, though. We came for just one reason. What's the reason? Asked Lark. Well, you just answered it, said Redtail. You see, most of the neighbors in Beaver Creek Meadow don't believe their story. They don't believe there's a center of the universe, and we have a lot to do to help nature. So they sent us out to see if Jack Sprout and Captain Barry were really here. Oh, that's okay, answered Yark. This happens all the time. Adventurers come here, no one believes them, and they send someone like you to check out their store. You can believe what they tell you, and yes, you have a lot of work to do. We know Beaver Creek Meadow is one of the most nature-loving places on the planet, but there's always work to do. Before we head back, started Dr. Ann, can we talk? Sure thing, said Lark. Dr. Ann and Lark talked for an hour. Dr. Ann did most of the talking. She told Lark about the sprouts and wheatgrass she was experimenting with and to improve our blood. Lark told her about some fresh forest herbs and roots that have helped cure sickness. So each learned something new, which is the point of helping nature, right? Hey, Lark, when does the sea breeze come by that goes back to Beaver Creek Meadow? Asked Redtail. Oh, that's the morning sea breeze. You've missed it for today. Be ready at sunup tomorrow and you'll be on your way. It's a lot smoother ride than the jet stream you came in on. You two might as well find a comfy tree and get some sleep. The sun wakes us up early around here. The next morning, Redtail McAllister and Dr. Ann were ready for launch. Lark came by to see them off and wish them a straight, safe journey. Say hi to those two adventurers for me, and you two come back anytime for a full tour, said Lark. Thanks, we will for sure, they said as they took off for their flight home. Redtail and Dr. Ann caught the morning sea breeze and cruised at low speeds, not too far above the sea. The air was warmer than their trip out and was much more fun. They watched the sea creatures swimming and surfacing for air. Dolphins wanted to race, but they knew better. Their feathers would fall off if they tried to keep up with those speedsters. It was a full day's trip when they saw the birds coming out from Oliver's beach. They pulled up and landed on Oliver's jetty. Oliver was patrolling and saw them land. He was anxious to talk to them and find out the scoop. Well, said Oliver, what happened? What? No hello? No welcome back? Questioned Dr. Ann. That jet stream is frightening. Robin's feathers aren't as tough as the hawk's, you know. I risked my life out there. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, said Oliver. How are you, Dr. Ann? We're glad you're home safe and sound. That's better, she said. So come on, you two. The suspense is intense around here. It's all anyone's been talking about. Should we believe Jack Sprout and Captain Barry or not? Are they crazy dreamers or great adventurers? Great adventurers, stated Redtail. Lark gave them a grand tour. He said they were great listeners and to believe what they have to say. Okay, said Oliver. The dock meeting is the day after tomorrow. Captain Barry can take Jack Sprout back so he can let Rapid back to his family. Ollie will come back here and Captain Barry can get back to running his dock again. Dr. Ann, would you like to start the dock meeting off? We all trust you. You can tell him what Lark said at the center of the universe and what you told him. Then we'll all adventurers see what they have to say next.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
We're just about out of time. I got to ask you.
Okay.
All these names of the characters, like Captain Barry, on and on and on, are these the names based on people in your life or were in your life?
No, well, Captain Barry, his name is because he eats all the berries.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Because I
That's how
know
he
like
got.
some authors do that. They
Yeah. Well, I mean, I base the character on my son as far as what he would do and how he acts and how he talks and his interests. But the berry came from him eating berries. Dr. Ann Wheatfield is a play on Dr. Ann Wigmore, who I dedicated the book to. And she's the one that discovered the use of wheatgrass back in the 50s.
you had mentioned that way
Yeah,
back when
so
we talked. Wow. How
right.
cool.
So Wheatfield is a play on uh, Dr. Ann Wigmore.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's amazing when you start peeling back some of the layers here and learning how all this comes together. And
yeah,
really appreciate you sharing this. Again, this is not published yet. This is
yeah,
a
no,
a work in progress.
yeah,
And certainly the book that has been published, Jack Sprout in Beaver Creek Meadow, is available on Amazon. We can see it on your website, jacksprout.com,
yeah,
and the character itself licensable if it fits whatever
yeah.
somebody's working on right now, right?
Yeah, if somebody wants to email me, I'm at jack@jacksprout.com. And my slogan, I was saying about this today, I've come into the world, I have my statement, and then I'll go out. But my statement that I'm making, and that I'll be doing a T-shirt I go for gardeners. Um, kind of a rainbow arc. You'll say, "Let's be good," and the bee is a bumblebee. So let's be good on top, and on the bottom, and Jack Sprout will be watering, like on my shirt here. He's watering,
Yep.
and then on the bottom it'll say, "Neighbors to nature." So it's let's be good neighbors to nature. That's kind of if I can get that across, I've done what I need to do.
If every child in the world knew that early on, our planet would become a different place.
I think so. And you don't have to tell them what to do.
Right.
Just
Right.
tell them, look, nature's our neighbor. That's all I need to tell you. And you go from there. Because
Well,
they don't want to be,
y-
they don't want
y-
to be told what to do. They want to figure it out themselves.
spot on, spot on.
Yeah.
And I was on a ferry the other day. I think I might have shared going
Yeah, you
between
told me
the
they threw
mainland.
some off.
There's a little kid there throwing stuff into the water. I'm like, what are you doing? And I can't yell at him. He's not my kid, but it
Yeah.
starts with the parent. Thank you so much for today. Great
Okay.
stuff. Looking forward next time we get together.
We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.